You've got to be where the deer are. Sometimes this means moving a giant stand across a giant field midway through bow season. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you thought they were going to be. It doesn't matter what it looked like when you scouted the property before season. The only thing that matters is where the deer are. It's like this. When you're hunting agriculture, things change. That big oak tree you scouted, well, it's all done. They've ate everything that dropped. The beans, they're all plowed under. You've got to be able to roll with the punches. Let's go to plan B.
All right, well, I finally got this stand set. This thing nearly whipped me. It's in kind of a smaller tree, but feels pretty stable. I think it'll be all right. He's got a nice trail coming down here beside him. He's got a lot of deer activity. There's a lot of trails coming out of this field right here. So beautiful evening other than the wind. I wasn't gonna film tonight's hunt just because I'm kind of burned out with it. I'm not seeing any wildlife at all, so that's another reason I haven't filmed anything. Just a quiet night, quiet windy night. We'll sit here, be real still and quiet and see what happens. All right. Don't know what all that was. She's down right there. Little doe came in all by herself. That's dangerous to do around me because I like eating deer. I smoked her with the old recurve. Got these big old Simmons heads on them. Load another arrow here. She just ran in about half a circle, died right behind me. Sounded like I'm gonna get wet recovering that deer. So I'll probably run home, get some boots on that can take that water. Pretty happy about that. Let's see what else will come by. So I hit these deer with these big broadheads often. I've hunted with these large broadheads for a long time. And man, it just, paints everything. You might as well make it easier on yourself so that when you track these deer, give yourself the biggest advantage that you can. Obviously, I've seen this deer go down,
But either way, try to give yourself an advantage. You owe it to the deer, for one thing, if you're going to be shooting it, that you need to find that thing. And those broadheads need to be sharp, like hair popping sharp. But there's just, this whole trail is just, as soon as I hit her, there's hair and blood, and it's been easy to follow. So we're gonna collect this deer real quick.
All right, here's our arrow. This blood trail is just crazy, but we got our full arrow back, which is always a good thing. And this arrow went through her, stuck in the dirt. That's why I didn't get complete pass through. I was wondering, but yeah, it's because I hit dirt on the other side of her. You can see it on the broadhead there. So we're gonna put that back in here, sharpen it up, and shoot another deer with it. That's another thing about these broadheads that I use, is I just resharpen them. This same broadhead that I shot that deer with has killed 2 other deer this year, so pretty awesome. Yeah. Yeah. The cattails. She doesn't go too far here. Alright, man, this stuff is thick, and I got blood clear up in the air here. This is about as thick as it can get here. We've got blood just all over everything here. She should be right there. She's not though. Alright, so here's the water. I heard her crash out here in the water, and the problem is I said to myself, I'm gonna go home, get some knee boots, come back here, get in this water with some boots that can take the water. Because mine are just work boots. They're not necessarily made for the water. But we're gonna go out here in this swamp, collect this deer anyways, and I think she's right over there. I'm just gonna have to get some wet feet, and you'll have that being a deer hunter. Boy, it's a beautiful, beautiful night. Can't help but wonder how, with a shot like that, how they're tough enough to make it where they do. Here she is. See a tail here. All right. Well, there she is. That's it. All right. Well, here's our prize. Nice doe here. I'm pretty darn stoked about it. A lot of people are out here hunting for racks right now, and you know, I've shot some big bucks and I'm pretty darn happy about it. I am equally as happy with shooting a doe like this with an old bow like this. How cool is that? So it never gets old. I've done this my whole life, and I just love it every time. I almost get emotional about it, but there's one thing I love. It's the wilderness and everything out here in the real world. This is about as real as it gets. So get her drug out of here, get her home hung. I'm not gonna gut her back here. She's a little deer. I can get her out of here. And I'm not trying to mess up anybody's hunting. Other people hunt this property. So if I can make as little impact on the property as I can, the better. So before we get her out of here though, we gotta tag her. So I'm dragging this little deer out of here, and I cannot help but keep looking up at the sky. I know that with this camera phone, you guys can't see it like I can. So I'll try to take a picture, just edit it in this video, because, man, it's beautiful. Just a beautiful, beautiful clear sky tonight. Whew. Love it. Not playing music tonight, so we won't need this. You guys keep shooting on big deer. Having a hard time loading them up. I'll just swing mine. That'll do it. Let's get her home. Processor. We do all the processing ourselves. And we spend a lot of nights, late nights, hanging deer. I know I do. Let's get this guy let's get this little girl up in the air here. Get her hanging overnight. We'll probably hang her for a few days, just like the little doe I got behind her. If you can hang them for a few days, it's good to hang them for a few days. Hopefully this old pole, it's been out here a few years. Hopefully this old pole can hang all the deer that we're gonna put on it. This is a kind of the old-fashioned way of doing it. You wouldn't have to do it this way. I like to do it this way still, though. Kind of takes you back a little bit. They got pulley systems for this nowadays. I got one of them too in the garage, but it's fun to do it this way. Keep the old traditions alive. Spinner. When you think you got them high enough, hang them a little higher, because it's going to stretch a little bit. Like that. Wrap. Sometimes once you got them hung, easier to get the guts out of them than trying to gut them on the ground. Just a couple wraps around there. Simple knot here. That'll probably hold her just fine. Any old sharp knife will get the guts out of them. I got some cool knives I like to use. Donnie made me this along with a bow. And it's made out of a piece of black locust from a fence post right here off this property. I mention that every chance I get because I just think it's such a cool deal. It's got a bullet right there that was lodged in the fence post that we were able to get into this knife, or Donnie was able to get into this knife. Pretty cool. YouTube will probably make me not show you this part, so I'll get back to you after I got the guts out of her. All right, you know, as the coyotes are howling in the background, the field over, and I just am in this gut pile pulling all the good stuff, kidneys, liver, heart. Lungs are pretty much obliterated by the shot. I can't help but think of something this old guy told me one time. And the story goes something like this. He says, it's a scavenger that rummages through a gut pile to find what he can eat. And then he went on to say how he was an apex predator, some kind of alpha, blah, blah, blah. That's a pretty goddamn wasteful way to look at things. I don't do this to boost my own ego. I do this for this and this. Heart and liver here, some kidneys down there. You know, if you're above this right here, then you're doing this for the wrong reason. If you're above shooting a deer strictly for food, you're doing this for the wrong reason. A lot of people would never shoot this deer, and a lot of people would tell me how awful it is that I did, but I think that's a pretty weak way to look at things. That shot also cut the top of this heart clean off along with those lungs. Yeah, I shoot deer like this and I don't feel one bit bad about it. Let's go in and get these pieces and parts cleaned up. Get my knife cleaned up. We'll butcher this deer in a couple days.
If y'all are enjoying these adventures, be sure to like and subscribe. Share it with your friends. I'll catch you on the next one.